3, 2, 1, go.
You know what you want when you see it. Hi, I'm Tom, and this is Redout's second DLC, the Mars Pack. Now, a small disclaimer first, my voice has been performing less than optimal in this last week, and I still have a little bit of a running nose, but I wanted to get a review out nonetheless. So I took a little bit of a smaller item this week, being the Mars Pack for Redout, which I didn't even know existed until Steam recommended it to me a couple of days ago. But this was love on first sight, and I'm glad that I bought it. Redout was on my number 4 spot of my favorite games for 2016, so you already know this is gonna be good. But let's see why that is. Let's dive in. In the DLC, which only costs $7, you get 5 new racetracks on the surface of the futuristic looking Mars. Each track is amazing in its own right, and the fun thing is that some tracks have new gimmicks that keep you on your toes. Like the tracks Curiosity and Schiaparelli, instead of going over a regular old racetrack, you sometimes have to stick to the outside of a circular tube. I found that it's really easy to lose speed over and your orientation. However, this is not the case when you're wearing your VR headsets. Yes, it's a true VR game, one where you can get the fast-paced action straight to your face. The amazing thing about Redout is the incredible optimization, which allows you to run the game smoothly, even in VR with minimum requirements. And in the DLC maps this is no different. When the colorful Mars maps loads, it's a true feast for the eyes. Do be aware that what you're seeing now is only a small part of the actual field of view, and the actual VR looks way better. Now, aside from the amazing VR graphics, which I also already talked about in my original Redout review, I have to mention the outstanding soundtrack that this DLC has. It's catchy, it's fast, and it fits extremely well with the environment. The guy who made the soundtrack needs a raise, that's all I'm saying. Now at last I would like to mention that this DLC also brings new missions to the table, there for you to complete and set new records on, and make some new money in the progress. And from my own experience, I can tell you that these are pretty difficult, so if you're looking for a true challenge, here you go. There was only one bad thing I found really noticeable in this DLC. Somehow all the AI seems really easy to race against. I just said that the races were really challenging, but that's only the ones where it's just you versus the clock. The AI races on the other hand seem completely idiotic. I don't know what changed from the regular game, because for as far as I can remember, they were at least all semi-competent in the base game. I even turned the difficulty up to Veteran, which is the highest difficulty, but even then I didn't notice much of a difference. That dramatic swing in difficulty made some of the races kinda boring, seeing that it was just me going around in circles, knowing that I would easily win, which then eliminated all the challenge. When looking back at the big picture of this DLC, I'd still tell you to buy it. If not for the graphics, VR and soundtrack alone, because damn those soundtracks are catchy, man. The maps are all great to race on with some twists and turns that will make you love racing in this futuristic setting. Yes, the less than competent AI is quite annoying, but you can pick a worse ship and go a little slower to make it more interesting nonetheless. Also, $7 is less than you would expect from a normal DLC pack, which I can most certainly appreciate. So that's one more reason for me to say that the Redout Mars Pack is worth the money.